Get hooked on this car parking game iOS. Get hooked on this car parking game. Do you have what it takes to be a master car parker? Find out with this new iOS game that's taking the App Store by storm. In Get Hooked on this car parking game, you'll be put to the test as you attempt to park your car in some of the most challenging environments imaginable. With physics-based gameplay, you'll need to use all of your skills to ensure that you don't damage your car, or worse, end up in a fender bender. With over 100 levels to play through, there's plenty of content to keep you hooked for hours on end. And if you get really good at it, you can even try your hand at the time attack and drifting modes for even more challenge. So what are you waiting for? Download Get Hooked on this car parking game today and see if you've got what it takes to be the ultimate car parker. 1. Have you ever played a game that was so addicting, you just couldn't put it down? 2. Well, that's how I felt when I played Get Hooked on this car parking game. 3. The game is simple yet challenging, and it's really fun to see how far you can get. 4. There are different levels to play, and each one gets harder and harder. 5. But that's what makes the game so addicting. 6. If you're looking for a challenging and fun game to play, I highly recommend Get Hooked on this car parking game. 7. So what are you waiting for? Go check it out. 1. Have you ever played a game that was so addicting, you just couldn't put it down? If you're a fan of car games, then you're in for a real treat. This car parking game is so addictive, you'll never want to put it down. The object of the game is to park your car in the designated spot without hitting any other vehicles or objects. Sounds easy enough, right? Wrong. This game is harder than it looks. With challenging levels and tight spaces, you'll be pulling your hair out in no time. But the good news is, once you park your car successfully, you get that rush of satisfaction that is oh so addicting. So go ahead and give this game a try. We dare you to put it down. 2. Well, that's how I felt when I played Get Hooked on this car parking game. I remember the first time I played Get Hooked on this car parking game. I was hooked from the first moment I started playing. The game is simple. You have to park your car in a parking lot. However, the catch is that the parking lot is full of other cars. You have to carefully maneuver your car into the space without hitting any of the other cars. I found the game to be both challenging and fun. I liked the fact that it was a challenging game that required me to think carefully about each move I made. I also liked the fact that there was a timer, so I had to hurry up and park my car before the time ran out. The game is perfect for people who like challenging games that require them to think carefully. If you are looking for a game that is both challenging and fun, then I recommend you check out Get Hooked on this car parking game. 3. The game is simple yet challenging, and it's really fun to see how far you can get. In the game, you are given a limited amount of time to park your car in a designated spot. The challenge is to see how quickly and accurately you can do it. The game is simple yet challenging, and it's really fun to see how far you can get. The best part is that you can play it again and again, and try to improve your score each time. 4. There are different levels to play, and each one gets harder and harder. There are different levels to play, and each one gets harder and harder. The first few levels are pretty easy, but as you progress, the levels become more and more challenging. There are different obstacles to overcome, and the timer gets shorter and shorter. You need to be quick and precise in your movements in order to beat the level. There is a lot of satisfaction to be had in finally conquering a difficult level after multiple attempts. The game is very addictive and will keep you coming back for more. 5. But that's what makes the game so addicting. Whether you're waiting in line at the grocery store, taking a break at work, or just killing time at home, there's nothing quite like a good mobile game. They're the perfect way to pass the time, and with so many different genres and gameplay styles to choose from, there's sure to be something for everyone. One genre that continues to be popular is the good old-fashioned puzzle game. Simple to learn but challenging to master, these games are perfect for when you need a quick fix. And one of the newest and most addicting puzzle games out there is Hooked Incorporated. In Hooked Incorporated, you play as a one-man fishing operation, reeling in fish and selling them for a profit. But it's not as easy as it sounds. You'll need to upgrade your boat, tackle, and net, and master the art of fishing in order to catch larger and more valuable fish. What's more, The game features a dynamic and ever-changing environment. The location of the best fishing spots will shift as the days go by,